Good afternoon. Welcome to Weird and Woo Woo, where I'm a bit weird and we all get a little woo woo. Okay. I am trying to like this motherfucker. We're doing the weekend read. I usually do it on like a Friday. I think it's just more of like I don't know if it's time sensitive. It may be. It just felt right. I guess you know what I mean. So obviously something to sit down and have a conversation with over the weekend rather than ahead of the weekend. I don't know. It is always timeless. So I always say it's for you if you believe it is. Whenever you find it, it's you know blah 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 blah. Um, they just did the whole. Remember the Lego movies where they would do the blah 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 backstory blah blah like like when she was like with Batman, he was like blah 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 blah. Was it Batman? Blah 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 backstory blah 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 something 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 blah blah like what he was saying just didn't make any sense. I don't know why they did. I'm over going. Why'd you do that? Anyway, okay. Let's fucking get started. Okay. Friendly reminder: you are a sovereign being over your life. You get to determine if, how, when, where, why any of these messages might apply. So my recommendation is not the Cinderella shit to make it fit. Okay. Okay. All right. Okay. We're starting with divine doors. It's nice today, guys. It is really uber nice. Almost. It almost came out. It's my camera, not my desk that looks. It always looks like there's more on this set. And like I don't care how many times I change the camera. I can't seem to get it right. It always looks funky. Inner power and the art of life. Okay. By your own command, you brought yourself here at this moment in life. You have nothing to fear. This is exactly what you wanted. I feel like saying you had a full on hand in where you're at right now, is what I want to say. There's no sacred light in the aura of an invisible life. Be bold in your skin, let your love dance in sight. This is about being seen. There's no there's no sacred light in the aura of an invisible life. It's time to stop having an invisible life, being a background character. That's blah 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 backstory blah blah like that's insignificant at this point. I want to say that's like it's not. That's the past. Be bold in your skin. Time to dance in sight. Time to be visible. I almost want to say, dare I say, uh, have a commanding presence. I don't know why I feel like saying whatever you've been through is that's your backstory, but that's not you, and it's almost. I don't know why the blah 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 makes me feel like it's insignificant in the sense of whatever it is that you're supposed to be doing now. Like it built you to who you are, but it's no longer pertinent. And I don't even know if I want to like. I feel like saying it's not even necessary. Like that's your backstory. It's not who you are, and it's not what should be front and center. It is you that should be front and center. So whatever you've been through, whatever you growth you had to go through, whatever life events you had to go through to expand and go through that is not what's center stage. it's not nearly as important as who you are right now, is what they're saying. Because it's who you are now that should be front and center. You know, like sometimes, like we like to, you know how some people will behave like whatever they've gone through is the thing that's center stage rather than them themselves. And it's kind of like, it's not that it's insignificant. It's just not, it's not center stage anymore. You are the product of the backstory. Like the product of what you've gone through is center stage now. And so that's what takes center stage, not this other stuff. And it's kind of like there's something about, I want to say, not that people won't want to know your backstory, or and that not that your backstory doesn't inform things, but there's something like unlock, like you unlock things because of who you are today, not everything else. And I just feel like saying people are more interested in who you are today versus whatever other bullshit people could say about you or stories that people have. And it's not to say that you don't have great stories to tell about yourself and that you're a great storyteller and you can tell it really well and that people wouldn't find it entertaining, but it's not you. You know how sometimes people, again, I feel like saying people garner center stage or garner attention because of what they've gone through, not because of who they are. And I just feel like there's this very commanding presence. And I want to say people are more interested in who you are right now in this moment than any of those other things. Okay, let's because it's you who got you here, the inner power. By your own command, you brought yourself here. It's like working on a project, and it's not. It's like creating a table. While the process can be entertaining, it's the product. It's what's presented as a result of all of that that people will admire. Okay. And connect with, they just said, and connect with. So, all right, let's, Archangel Tarot. I do put stuff you can't see. Like, I will finagle something so you can start seeing the cards, I guess. All right, these wanted to just come out, but I'm not taking them because I had difficulty getting them in my hands. And if they want to come out, they'll come out later. I don't. You may feel like people might not like who you are right now if they find out something in your backstory. And the idea of like they're like just there's like like the Lego movie. She's like oh, you know, oh, with that fucker. And it's like blah blah blah, something something backstory. And it's like she's in love with this, and you may be used to explaining things away about yourself. I just get this. Okay, so they keep giving me somebody who's like, "Well, you see," and it's like you have to like justify. That's the word. Like you justify shit, and it's like they don't care. I almost feel like saying, while it's inspiration, and the only reason anybody would care what you fucking have been through, what your backstory is because of who you are right fucking now. They fall in love with And this just feels like in general, who you are right now, and you're more concerned about your backstory and justifying it than anybody gives a shit about it. Meaning, like, it is inspirational. It does lift people up. Uh, it's a great story, but it's no, like, the weight that it may have for you is not the same kind of weight that it has for other people. They're going to care how you show up in this present moment. So there's no need to justify. I think that maybe you wonder if people are going to hear things about what you've gone through, and again, I think it feels as though inner power, you have come to terms with it. You just don't know how other people are going to take it, what they think it's going to mean about you. No one's going to there's stragglers always, but in general, on a large scale, people aren't going to think it means what you think they might think it means, or whatever. Like, it's not, it's most certainly not a deterrent to liking who you are today. It is, it is not something that would get you canceled. I mean, in the hands of a right person, they will try. But I'm going to tell you right now what it feels like, and Spirit is saying, we operate in one polarity and then tend to swing to the other side in an attempt to course correct. But just like any other pendulum, that's because of the momentum from having been pulled in this direction for so long. And then so once we're here, it kind of goes like this. So this idea of holding people accountable, but not necessarily can like cancel culture. People talk about cancel culture, and I've firmly been one who didn't really like that terminology, because people would try to use that as an excuse to not call people out for very harmful behaviors. Um, but this idea of people in their evolution, people evolving, and what that story entails will not necessarily cancel somebody out. Like, that is going to be, uh, there's like a course correct on a larger scale within society globally, that's going to, people are going to start seeing. Um, because it becomes more and more important who you are right now. And that's not to excuse things. And again, I think this is, like, Spirit's kind of like, I mean, there's some terrible things that people can do. And there's some things that a lot of people won't move beyond. But the things that you think are terrible aren't terrible. And it's like, so this idea that people are going to, it's like, they're giving me the term crucifixion. It's like crucify you for evolving and going through whatever experiences you needed to in order to do such, in order to grow, in order to become who you are now. It's like, we just glad you got here. And it doesn't even mean that you were this horrible person in your evolutionary process either. And so there's a turning point that's going to be happening. They're giving me globally. Um, yeah. So let's just say, I'm just going to give that. That was a lot, actually. We're at fucking 14 minutes already. 10 of Pentacles. Moon. Guess I keep going. I was gonna. I want me to keep going really quick. Okay, I'm gonna put that back. That's not the way that is. I just saw Lassie. I know y'all don't know. Like, there's a dog. What is it? Ah, Shetland. I cannot get the name out. dog that looks like Lassie? Not everybody does. It just popped out. They just showed me it. They're pointing it to it. Okay. Four swords. Let me get them all out first. Okay. Four swords feel like coming to terms with. Okay, so we got the moon. I feel like you should be walking into whatever era that you're starting right now with the idea and notion, with the assumption and the expectation that individuals will not care so much about your backstory. I just feel like saying your backstory is not bad, even though you feel like, I don't know if you feel stupid for the things you've been through or anything else like that, but like your backstory is not bad. Okay. And then I feel like your subconscious used to play games with you about, I don't know if you felt naive, if you felt, it's like knowing something and still falling for something is the energy that I get. And like having made mistakes that you feel like you should have known better or you did know better and you still went through it. I feel like um, all of it led to discernment. And you may have experienced that pendulum swing that we're talking about on an individual basis as well. Like you were like this, so you went to you went to the other extreme, and it was like you finally found the happy medium. They're giving me Goldilocks and the Three Bears. It's just right. There's just something about the mixture of you being completely authentically yourself, but also having the right level of discernment, the right approach, the right expression, the right just it's just right for you. And so it's kind of like because I think that that's what Lassie, the dog over here, is. It's there's a sense of trustworthiness and authenticity and transparency and um, authenticness that that has people feeling connecting with you. It's like connecting with you. You're not so one or the other. You're relatable. God, I was begging for a fucking word. Like they relate to you. They relate to who you are, the way that you come across. Maybe when you operated like this, it was a little bit like, there's admiration, but like, I don't know, I'm not really. And then you went over here, and it was like, and it's like I think the reason you finally settled into who you are, and it's like that. Like you may have had a certain type of person or types of people that would align with you here and here, but it's like a bell curve. They're giving me the bell curve. The majority of people were somewhere in the center. Like that's what amasses the number of people that connect with you. That's what makes you so attractive is there's parts and aspects of you that appeal to the masses. These the polarities are we're aligning with outliers is what I want to say. And so you are now in this space of acceptance and peace with with all of that because the backstory is what makes you so relatable now. But again, it's not the details of what you went through that people are connecting with. It is you. Um, and there's this open your heart. The King of Cups is you are a trustworthy, compassionate, respected, cultured, nurturing individual. And it's time to open your heart and mind to those around you. And I feel like saying that's where there's no light in an invisible life. You can't be a light for others. People cannot connect with you. And people are meant to connect with who you are. Um, and then the Ten of Pentacles here is just, it is most certainly indicative of the growth and how that somehow is going to carry you. Like, they're giving me the term longevity. Ten of Pentacles. It's, okay, I just have to give you the imagery. They're giving me lots of imagery. I'm like, I'm trying to find a way to explain this stuff. It's like walking on a balance beam. You've found your center of gravity and you're walking across, and it feels you're very grounded and centered and in this space, in who you are today, is exactly what will carry you through. Ten Pentacles definitely talks about, it's like this is the line you will walk. This very centered aspect of who you are. But there's also this idea that there is an acceptance of all aspects as well. So it's not as if the outliers don't exist. Those polarities within you don't exist. Those extremes in you don't still exist. They have all been brought into the fold. Um, but there's something about the experience of those that lands you in the centered and comfortable space of knowing who you are. I want more on the Ten of Pentacles because there's a lot. I think there's a big ass story with that. Because this is what's carrying you forward. We have the Six of Swords or the Six of Air. Okay, hold on. They're giving me a lot of imagery, and I'm like, okay. We have the Four of Cups and the King of Wands or the King of Fire. The Ten of Pentacles talks about happy, like joy in a material and emotional and spiritual and a mental sense. It is the peak, right, of the human experience. Um, there's something about this finding the sweet spot that carries you through. Six of Swords really can talk about things finally looking up, moving into those calmer waters because of the alchemy that you've been through. And this is kind of like, so you're like emotionally, mentally more peaceful is what I want to say. They don't want you to miss out on an opportunity. They want you to see all the possibilities. Six of Swords can be about movement, like travel, movement, um, forward progression into something, a trip sometimes. Like this is, I feel like this might be anchoring in something. Um, they want you to acknowledge and recognize the potentiality and all the possibilities. and go after it. Okay. Okay. I'm gonna pull it from a different deck because it's like I'm getting it, but I'm also like it feels like there's something more they want to say about that, and it's like they're making me sit with this energy a little bit. They're like, "Do you feel it? Do you understand? Do you can you know?" Now they're getting very practical, and the Ten of Pentacles as a practical card. It may mean the Ten of Pentacles because of longevity. That's your future. Those are long-term paths, goals, plans, everything. Um, like it's associated with like a decade or more. Like this is something very long-term. So future focused, right? And Six of Swords, move yourself, allow yourself to go there, to do the thing, to proceed forward, knowing that people are not going to care about the backstory. They're going to care about exactly who the fuck you are right now because that is who they are going to connect with. So don't miss out on this opportunity. Take it with gusto. Allow yourself to be seen. The King of Sword, King shit fire. The King of Wands is always seen, just like the art of life. There's no art or there's no light in an invisible life. Like there's, what I'm saying? You need to be bold. King of Wands is bold. This kind of bold. Set your sights on the future, the possibilities, and fucking go after it. Don't hold back. Thank you. Whew, I was like, I felt like I feel like you don't like you've been like I don't get it, and if you've been talking to spirit or yourself, tapping into your intuition, trying to really sit with something, like I don't get it. What am I missing? That's what I'm feeling. Like they're like this is what you're missing. There's something about your you need to understand that your backstory, whatever you've been through, however long it took you, whatever, like those are, it's great. It's great. I want to say it's like a great story. Like when you're at a party, like it's a great way to connect. But people aren't going to want to fucking connect. They're not even going to listen to that shit if you weren't who you are today. That's the reason why your backstory would even fucking matter. They are connecting with you now in the fucking present moment. It doesn't matter. They wouldn't listen to your backstory if it weren't for who you are today. They are connecting with who you are today. This could be in relationships. This could be career-wise. This could be within a new community. And so don't hold back like the Four of Cups. Don't, out of apathy and fear, hold back from potentiality and possibilities. Allow yourself to move forward. Take that chance. Take that risk. And I even feel like saying it's not really a risk because it's a calculated risk. Like this isn't you. There's no like Knight of Wands here in this scenario where you're impulsively doing something when you're not ready. The King of Wands is motherfucking ready. It is worthy of being seen. It's you that needs to open up to the others. It's like you're shutting other people out because because and I don't even know if you because we do have the moon. I don't know if you consciously understand that some of the decisions you're making are off of an old energy where you worry that what you've been through, even up to recently, people will use as that's the focus that they care about. And it's not. They're not going to care. If there's a new person, they're not going to care. They like exactly what they see and who they hear, who they're connecting with right fucking now. They just gave me an example. Somebody could care about what they looked like before. And it's like, I don't know why I get this. Like somebody fears that people that meet them now will assume that they'll just end up back where they were. who you are now is too powerful. There's just something about it, and it's like people can feel it's like palpable, and that's why this Ten of Pentacles, like there's no returning back to that. You are who you are, and it's carrying you forward. So whatever it is, because it's not your looks, it's not your weight, it's not your body shape, it's not that for everybody, but like that's a really good low hanging fruit to give it as an example of things that we might hold on to, thinking people are going to judge me based off of that. And what if they see those? What if they see that? What if they know that? And it's like, oh, like they, like would that turn them off? Would they suddenly be like, oh, you're not that? Look, you know, you'll probably just end up there. Like that's not what people are thinking. There are the outliers, right? Those motherfuckers don't matter. Polarities in any kind of experience will always exist. Okay, and so you are being seen for who and what you are right now in this moment. So don't be afraid. Don't hold back and miss out on fucking opportunities because of that. And if you feel like, oh, but I'm still changing, good. Let them see. Let them watch you continue to evolve and not stagnate. Let them see you blossom. They said flower. Let them see you flower, which to me is like blossom. Let them see, like, I feel like somebody, like, at the end of a marathon and is like, the wobbly legs, and it's like you don't look as fit and with it, you know what I mean? And it's like, oh, but what if they see me wobble? Fucking good. Good. But let them watch you cross that fucking line. Let them see it. Let them see who you are right fucking now as you are. That's exactly who they're connecting with. They want me to pull from this, and then we will wrap this up. They're preaching today. Let them see exactly who you are. We've got 444. We have the Four of Swords, Four of Cups, and the Four of Pentacles. You are in a really good spot. This is about being very stable. You're in a very stable spot. The thing about the Four of Pentacles, if you think of the traditional Rider-Waite, we've got the Pentacles under the feet, which talks about the stability, the security, and the foundation that you've got right now. You're really well anchored in. We have the present moment, which is usually the pinnacle right in front of them. And then there's a pinnacle usually over their head, which talks about the forwardness, the future thinking, the potentiality, the investments, So it's I think just that represents you. You are really well rooted in who you are now, that balance beam, that center point of who you are. Um, uh, you as a person feel like you have a really firm foundation. There is positive aspects of who you are and what you're doing right now, and then the limitless potential for the pentacle that's over there. Like the idea of all the potential. Like that's what people are seeing. Like, and this isn't the kind of thing where it's like I recognize and see the potential in you, but you don't. This is why they're emphasizing the firm foundation. This isn't oh, but at their heart they're really sweet, but they're fucking chaos. People are not the only reason that they believe in your future and can see it as clearly as they do is because of exactly who you are right now. They keep coming back to that. Whatever you've gone through to get you to who you are today only feeds and fuels their no absolute knowing of who you're going to become. It's not about a possibility. I feel like to them they're like, I know exactly. That's why this is the Ten of Pentacles. I know exactly who you're going to become because this is carrying you forward. Like this is who you are. You are in a very sweet spot of your expression of who you are, and it's like people like it's like a point of no return. I'm surprised there's not a four of wands. There's like it's a very specific milestone. Um, they understand your depths. They see your potential. It's like we got the moon with the Queen of Cups. And again, same with the King of Cups. It's like open your heart and mind to those around you. Um, let them see this aspect, this vulnerable, blossoming aspect of who you are. Because the moon card is about the phases, it's about revealing, right? And it's like it's time to reveal you. There's no light in an invisible light. It's time to reveal you. It's time for you to be center stage. Um, whatever you're leaving behind, whatever this invisible life, it served its purpose, and it is absolutely time to leave it behind and to move into what it is, to the life that you've desired, is what they're giving me to the Nine of Cups. We got the Eight of Cups there. So, King of Cups again. You know who you are. I keep hearing something that sounds like this may be for somebody. I keep hearing something that off in such a far distance that sounds like a weed eater. You know, like where people are like trimming things, but it also low key sounds like a wasp outside. And there's been a little shithead trying to right outside my window trying to build a fucking. And I'm like, you wait, because tomorrow morning I'm gonna catch you. I'm gonna catch you, and I'm gonna get cypress oil and spray it all around once I catch and get this. But I'm over here going. I feel like saying wasps or red wasps might mean something to somebody. I'm gonna leave it there. But the King of Cups again, it's you are in the right place. You're in the right. This is the center. This is King of Cups has so much to offer and give, but has that the depth, the beauty, and the immensity of knowing when, to what degree, in what direction they pour their energy and their emotions. Like the discernment is on point with the King of Cups. And if nothing else, it's be grateful for your backstory, because that's the whole point. It's gotten you to exactly this place, to the energy of embodying both the queen and the king. Now, I will recognize that we do have a pair on here. And in between the Queen of Cups and the King of Cups is the Eight of Cups. And it's kind of like, I just heard let them love you where you're at. And from this point moving forward, I also feel this sense of being seen in an area of like a profession or like a niche or an area of expertise, or like, like where attention would be garnered, because I keep getting the masses as well. But I do see the Queen of Cups needing to come out from hiding, okay? To come out from hiding, the Moon card, and to be seen, to be vulnerable, to be seen. So that's the idea of that there may be a connection here when they ask you to move forward and think of all the possibilities and take those opportunities when they present themselves. Um, be willing, bold, and do it. No one's going to care about your backstory, or like you do. No one's going to hold you down the way you do for having been through that. And if you have any evidence currently in your life, like remnants, morsels still left over, it's okay. They don't care. let them see you. It's time to shine. It's time to no longer live an invisible life. So, all right, I'm gonna leave it there. I hope everybody has a fantastic day. I hope the message finds whoever it's meant for. Um, and I will see you guys later. I've been thinking. I really was thinking like I might come on tomorrow, like live, and do my reading live. I don't know. We'll find out. But anywho, if not, I'll still be popping on because we got to do the week ahead. Okay. All right. Y'all have a fantastic, wonderful day, and I'll see you at the next read.